Coach, a game with not that many of chances, you managed to grab a win. What do you make of the?
Yeah, no, I tend to agree with you. A game with not many chances. First home game, and truth be told, I thought especially in the first half, our passing, our possession was very, very poor. We couldn't string 3 passes together. We would lose the ball very, very cheaply. We did create the best chance in the first half very early on in the game, and possibly had that gone in, it could have changed things, But as that half went on and on and on, the more they got into the game and the more their confidence grew. And we ended up making this game extremely hard for ourselves because, after the little bit of work that we tried to do during the work, fixing our possession in the opposition's half, today we gave it away very, very cheaply.
Coach, but also solutions came off the bench. You looked better in the second half, and Bradley did what Bradley does.
Yeah, exactly. But, the whole idea was really to try and rest a few of our senior players, because we've got a big match on the weekend. So my disappointment is, like I said, opportunities came and opportunities were not grabbed. And then, we spoke about wanting to put on a good performance today because you've won the last 2 games. You should be able to go out there and actually, express yourself and you should naturally be motivated. But first half, we didn't look anything like a team that, won 2 games in a row. We looked like a team that was playing with fear, and that's the disappointment.
Maybe, Coach, the fact that maybe you've played them not so long ago, did that have an effect, perhaps?
Possibly, but I explained to the player, character needs to be there, performance has to be there, consistency has to be there. You cannot drop your level. If anything, you need to raise your level, especially after having played someone and they know you, so you're going to have to do a lot more than what you did the previous game in order to get the result. And I don't think we did enough.
A second success clean sheet as well, Coach? Positive one?
Very positive, because I said that to the players. We need to keep a clean sheet. We nearly gave it away right at the end. A lot of scrambling there inside of the box. But yeah, very, very important to keep clean sheets.
With many.
And Coach, also a new signing, Team Miguel fitting in like a glove.
Sorry, who's that?
Also Miguel team.
Yeah.
A new signing fitting in the team like a new glove. Just talk to us about that.
Yeah, no, Miguel, I've worked with Miguel for quite a long time, and Miguel just brings, he's a great passer of the ball, great distributor of the ball, and he just gives you a little bit of composure through the midfield, so good signing for us.
And Coach, when you look at the fact that games are coming very fast, you happy with the minutes that some of the players are getting?
Yeah, Ramala today, he ended up having to play 90 minutes, and basically he was suspended for the first 2 games, and this was his first real competitive match, and he got through 90 minutes. Yes, he was tired at the end, so that's a positive. Vusi Nube, I don't think he's ever played more than 60 minutes. And tonight he had to get through 90, and I value him immensely. I think he's a great footballer, and I think he has a lot more that he can offer. So I think the team itself have done really well over the past 3 matches with very little recovery time. So I think a lot of credit obviously needs to go to my fitness trainers for the work that we've put in pre-season. Now the turnover is even less than what we had the last game, so it's going to be all about recovery now, making sure that the players ice baths, massages, and then get ready for the Stellies game.
You may be excited with the results, but then are you at a place wherein, after having a pre-season obviously, are you at a place wherein you say the team is performing the way you want them?
No, like I said, I don't think we're performing the way I want us to perform. I don't think we've really reached our best performance yet. I think there's still a lot more they can offer.
Coach, Midupi getting man of the match twice now. What does this do for his confidence?
Hopefully the right thing, that it doesn't go to his head. You know, I think that's the most important, that he stays grounded. You know, a lot of media attention sometimes doesn't help your future, you know, so he needs to stay grounded, and that will be my job to remind him of that.
And coach, I mean, speaking of positivity that you take out of this game going to the next game against Stellenbosch in MT8.
Yeah, tough match. They're a very, very good team. Obviously finished third last season above us. Not going to be easy, but it's a two-legged affair. We need to go there and obviously ensure that we try and keep a clean sheet again. But like all 3 games that we've played so far, that one is probably going to be the toughest of them all, in my opinion, and we're going to have to raise our game.
Coach, does that give you an edge seeing how they started in the league?
Not necessarily. I don't read into those things, you know. Somewhere along the line you're going to win and you're going to lose games, you know. So I don't read into that. Every game we've got to go in prepared mentally, prepared physically, and prepared tactically. You know, we study them the same way they study us. You know, so we've got to make sure that we go out and always give 150% if you want to get the result. Because if you don't, you'll come unstuck.